The Golden State Warriors' hidden gems are about to shock the NBA. The Golden State Warriors are entering the 2025-26 NBA season with a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. After years of being the hunted, the dynasty that dominated the league for nearly a decade is quietly rebuilding itself from the inside out, and this time, it's not the stars who are grabbing the spotlight. It's the hidden gems, the young, hungry, overlooked players who are ready to burst onto the scene and shock the entire NBA. When most fans think of the Warriors, they think of Stephen Curry raining threes from deep, Draymond Green barking out defensive coverage, or Klay Thompson knocking down shots with machine-like precision. But as the veterans inch closer to the twilight of their careers, the Warriors front office has been hard at work uncovering and developing new talent to carry the torch. These hidden gems, players like Brandin Podziemski, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and even Gui Santos, have shown flashes that the future in Golden State could be brighter than anyone expects. Let's start with Brandin Podziemski, the second-year guard who's quickly becoming one of the most intriguing players on the roster. Podziemski, or Pods as Warriors fans affectionately call him, isn't the most athletic guy on the court. But what he lacks in vertical explosiveness, he makes up for with basketball IQ, poise, and pure hustle. He's the kind of player who dives for loose balls, fights through screens, and makes the right reads every possession. Steve Kerr has openly praised his feel for the game, comparing it to a young Andre Iguodala in terms of instinct and timing. In a team loaded with shooters, Podziemski's ability to control tempo and facilitate might just make him the perfect connector in the Warriors' motion offense. Then there's Trayce Jackson-Davis, who's emerging as the kind of big man the Warriors have desperately needed for years. A second-round pick in 2023, TJD has proven that draft position doesn't define potential. His combination of rim protection, rebounding, and soft touch around the basket fits beautifully within Golden State's system. He's shown flashes of being a double-double machine, and his chemistry with Curry in the pick-and-roll has already turned heads. What's most impressive about Trayce is his discipline. He doesn't try to do too much. He plays within himself, makes high IQ decisions, and brings energy every time he steps on the floor. Fans and analysts alike are beginning to see that TJD could be the Warriors' next great homegrown big man. And then we can't forget Gui Santos, the Brazilian forward who's been grinding his way through the G League and overseas before finally earning his shot. Gui has impressed the coaching staff with his length, defensive instincts, and improved shooting stroke. He's one of those players who does all the little things, running the floor hard, defending multiple positions, and providing spacing on offense. In today's NBA, versatile wings like Santos are invaluable. Don't be surprised if he sneaks into the rotation and becomes a spark plug off the bench. But it's not just about individuals, it's about how these players fit together. Golden State's system thrives on unselfishness, movement, and versatility. Every pass, every cut, every screen has a purpose. That's why these hidden gems are so valuable. They're not ball-dominant stars, they're role players who understand the bigger picture. And when you surround them with the likes of Curry, Thompson, and Green, players who already have championship DNA, magic tends to happen. Steve Kerr and his coaching staff have made it clear that the goal this season is to find the perfect balance between veteran leadership and youthful energy. The days of relying solely on the Splash Brothers to carry the load are over. The Warriors want a full team effort, a blend of experience and raw potential. Podziemski brings the playmaking. Jackson-Davis brings interior presence. Santos adds defensive depth and energy. And together, they give Golden State something they haven't had in a while, unpredictability. Let's not forget the presence of Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, two young players who are starting to hit their stride. Kuminga, especially, looks poised for a breakout season. His athleticism and confidence have skyrocketed, and if he continues to develop as a two-way force, he could be the X-factor that propels the Warriors back into championship contention. Moody, meanwhile, has quietly improved his shooting and decision-making, turning into a reliable 3-and-D option off the bench. What makes this Warriors team so fascinating is that they're no longer relying solely on superstar power, they're embracing depth. This new generation of Warriors plays with heart, grit, and relentless energy. Every preseason and practice report shows that the young guys are pushing the vets, competing hard, and earning their respect. You can feel the shift in the locker room. Curry is mentoring, Draymond is teaching, and the young players are absorbing it all like sponges. If you look back at the greatest dynasties in NBA history, the common thread is always the same: development. The San Antonio Spurs did it with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili learning under Tim Duncan. The Warriors did it once before with Curry, Thompson, and Green. And now, they're doing it again with Podziemski, Jackson-Davis, Kuminga, Moody, and Santos. History might just be repeating itself. Analysts have been quick to write the Warriors off, saying their championship window has closed. But those same critics said the same thing before the 2022 title run. Golden State thrives when doubted, it's in their DNA. And if these hidden gems continue to grow and find their rhythm alongside the established core, this could be the league's most dangerous sleeper team. The scary part? The rest of the NBA isn't ready for it. The Warriors have found balance again, the perfect blend of old-school fundamentals and new-school energy. The young players aren't just filling in gaps, they're creating new possibilities. Kerr has more lineup flexibility than ever before, and the ball movement is once again looking vintage Warriors. So, while the headlines may still focus on Steph Curry's ageless brilliance or Draymond Green's fiery leadership, the real story is happening quietly behind the scenes. The Golden State Warriors have built a new foundation, one filled with overlooked draft picks, hard-working underdogs, and players who embody the Warriors' culture of selflessness and discipline. The dynasty might not be over after all. It's just evolving. And as these hidden gems continue to develop, the rest of the league might soon realize that the Warriors aren't fading away, they're reloading. Because when you mix championship experience with hungry young talent, you don't just rebuild, you revive a dynasty. And that's exactly what's happening in Golden State. The NBA better watch out, the Warriors' next wave is coming, and they're about to shock everyone.